Welcome back, fam. Hopefully you like my last topic that I had on my last video. Today I want to talk about a sample of the example. Well, today a lot of Christians are being attacked in different ways. Christianity itself is being attacked. Now, I grew up in a time where you kind of knew a person that went to church versus you didn't. For some reason they carried themselves different. They kind of wore different clothing. They even talked different. You can tell a person that's kind of been taught in manners versus a person that's kind of just get to go and do whatever they want to, right? Well, a lot of people try to define what a Christian is. Well, I think that a Christian is a person striving to be Christ-like. They're trying to be Christ-like. Now, I know a lot of people will continue and go on, talking about how, nobody's perfect, and that's another topic I will have in another video about my opinion about being perfect. But most people are not. They're not, and that's why you should strive to be perfect. You should strive to be as close to Christ as you can. Now, some people say, well, Christ wasn't perfect. Hey, that's a subjective thing. But my topic today is about being a sample of the example. We're supposed to be like him. Now, I used the example of a Hershey bar, right? I broke up the Hershey bar in all its squares. And I said, if you took a nibble of this corner on this side versus a nibble on this side of a completely different corner, it would taste the same. The ingredients to the Hershey bar is the same. People, connoisseurs, recognize things. They recognize the taste. If you took a bite out of this versus that, they'll recognize whether it was Godiva or Hershey. They know. It's different bitterness, different sweetness, different textures, and all these things. Well, that should be the same with us. The Bible talks about how we should be, people, when they see us, they're supposed to see Christ through us. So think of, if we're the Hershey bar, when they taste us or experience us in their lives, they're supposed to taste Hershey. Even though I don't look like you, but if we're both Christians and we're actually doing what we're supposed to be doing, we're striving for the perfection, we're supposed to both taste similar. So when they meet me, they'll recognize me as being a Christian. Not because I went boasting around and, trying to get all of thee thines and thous out. I don't have to talk like that in order for them to see Christ. If they know even the slightest about Christ, they'll start to receive Christ when I show up instead of receive who I am. So we as Christians, when we go out, we're supposed to taste just like Christ. But it takes work. Now, the ingredients to Christ, as we know in the Bible, he had to learn those things. He had to grow in it. He had to mature in it. So when we go out and we do whatever we do, when we speak the words that we speak, when we act the words that we act, even when we
Bruh,
think the words we thought, or think the things that we thought, or act, I said act the words that we act.
get it together.
Even when we speak the words that we speak, when we act the actions that we act, and when we think the thoughts that we thought, we need to try to keep them in line with what we know when we read the Bible, if you read the Bible, about how Jesus would have responded or what he has done and respond accordingly. This is why we're supposed to keep our link up with the recipe. That's the recipe book. The Bible is the recipe book. That's what I take it. It tells you exactly step by step of how to come up with the same product as a complete Hershey bar. When you taste it, you like, now that's right. We need to refine ourselves in the texture to become as smooth as a Hershey, as the milk chocolate in Hershey. I'm not saying that Hershey is the best, but I'm just using an example because it's more common. Not everybody has gotten a hold of some Godiva chocolate. But if it's bitter, you get a little bit of the bitterness. I mean, because chocolate does have a bitterness, but you want a certain level. the creaminess, the texture, if is it hard or is it soft? And these ingredients are known by everybody who needs to know the ingredients. But people who taste it should be able to taste it and be like, you know what? That's Hershey right there. That's the kind of milk chocolate I like. That's the kind of milk chocolate I recognize. So when they see you, they see Hershey. Or when they see you, they see Christ. So I challenge, once again, another challenge, right? At least for 24 hours. We need to mark milestones that people can actually reach in the beginning, and we can graduate together. Next 24 hours, if you can memorize any scripture that about Jesus and what he did or what he said, if you can perform that in your day, put it in the comments. Leave a comment and tell us about your day and what you did, especially if there was a change in anything that happened that day, especially if you recognize, or tell us about how good you felt or what happened. If something happened bad, I pray to God and nothing happened bad, man. We got to fix these things. But anyway, hopefully whatever happens, that you progress and that we grow together. And I say, peace be unto you. Hopefully, leave a comment about what happened, right? And maybe we can discuss it later on. I might give you a shout out. And peace be unto you. Be blessed. Okay, see, what had happened was I didn't do enough research to know that there's already an On Second Thought in social media by a more well-known entity. So on a future date, I'm going to have to change my name, but please stay tuned and I will let you know. Sorry for the inconvenience, and as usual, be blessed.